Hey, this is Jason Bellamy with Builder Buddy. I'm going to go over a 15-year-old city condo unit. This one was on the third floor. And when we inspect condos, we try to go around the building and get some general impressions of the building and the community itself. We are not inspecting everything that would be cost prohibitive for the buyer, but we're just trying to get a feel for the overall maintenance and management of the community. So we'll get into that a little bit. Generally, well-maintained condos are very easy inspections for us. Part of the appeal of condos is low-maintenance living. So in this case, we see 5 blue comments, 1 orange and 1 red. This is there weren't very many defects in this case. So this is a 15-year-old unit and building. The seller disclosed, and this is pretty much textbook for all 15-year-old units. They said, hey, a lot of these units, they haven't replaced their water heaters yet or the heating and cooling equipment. In some cases, we have some plumbing fixtures that are failing and some tub shower surrounds that are failing and causing leaks. And that is like right out of my blog. That's what happens around year 15. And that's what we're seeing in this house. So we'll get into that a little bit. Here's just some overview pictures of the community. And we have this section in our reports when we do condos and townhouses, sort of these community building observations. We're seeing some loose siding. It's time for a paint job. We're seeing some stucco for wood framing that needs some repairs, some gutter maintenance. All in all, I would say this is pretty typical or maybe even better than average in some cases. But that just gives you a feel for the building and the community itself. In this case, nothing too much to worry about. When we went down to the garage, we saw some water penetration through the foundation walls, some stepping cracks. It's 15 years old. These issues can be reversed, but given another 15, 20 years, they can become more serious. And sometimes these communities have to do special assessments, and that can be a surprise for homeowners in these communities when they have to pay extra fees. So these sort of observations can help anticipate that sort of thing. I'm not expecting any big repairs over the next 5 years, but I think some grading over the short term and maintenance would prevent issues over the long term. Moving on, we just have some overview items here in the plumbing section. And just as they disclosed, both the tubs, they were fiberglass. We're seeing evidence of cracking. It's hard to see in these photographs, but they were failing. And so that is one of the talking points of this report. It's a red item. We also have a 16-year-old water heater. That was another talking point. Even though it was working fine, it's something that will likely have to be replaced over the next few years. And we're getting right through this report. Like I said, it was a pretty easy inspection. And the other talking point is the furnace the heat pump has not been replaced yet. It's uses R22 refrigerant, the older type. So that is something, if the owner or the buyer is going to hold on to this property for 5 years, they will likely be replacing the water heater, the heat pump, and those tub shower surrounds, and also be responsible for some of the other repairs. And typical for these kind of units or any house really is just to have some doors that don't latch properly. We saw some of that here. And that is it. So this is a 15-year-old city condo unit that was in pretty good condition.